Good morning. This is Jason Dean coming live from Film Fanatic headquarters. As you can guess, it's the annual Halloween Film Fanatic special. It's about 10:43. Today is Halloween, so happy Halloween to everyone out there, young and old. So, I just wanted to do a quick little show on my favorite holiday. So, hope everyone's doing good. Hopefully everyone has some fun plans, trick or treating, or getting into all sorts of trouble, various levels of debauchery. So, yeah, I just kind of want to talk about, well, Halloween, again, it's not anything different for me. I guess, a lot of the times, well, when it comes to movies, a lot of the times people will, especially, folks on YouTube, they'll do their top 10 or top 20 spooky season Halloween movies and that kind of thing. And and then also, typically most people decorate and celebrate Halloween in that way. I mean, it's crazy how huge Halloween has gotten. Well, on a commercial level. I mean, I think it's like second to Christmas as far as like the celebration aspect of it. People decorating, going all out. But for me, it's like I watch movies all the time, obviously, and I watch horror movies all the time, and I kind of decorate my house and shit like that year round as Halloween. So when I don't, I don't really do anything different for Halloween. It's kind of funny. I'm kind of like in that state all the time. Um, I watch horror movies all year round, and there's definitely a few movies that I don't tend to watch. Well, I should say there's definitely a few movies that I usually watch on Halloween, like that are a given. But other than that, it's not anything different for me. As far as decorating and all those things, I don't really do anything different when it comes to that. I mean, I my house is kind of more or less decorated that way year round. Um, but when it comes to Halloween movies, definitely my go-to movies. I didn't get to watch all of them this year, just because of time restraints or whatever. But I typically do. Some I did, but usually the group of films that I tend to watch on Halloween that are very Halloween centric, if you will. Obviously, John Carpenter's '78 Halloween. You know, it's such an iconic classic. Um, and about I actually got back to watching that a couple of weeks ago. Actually, the I think it was the second week of October. I went ahead and watched the. I have both movies on Blu-ray. I watched the original Halloween and then the sequel. I watched both of those back to back in one night. I have both of those on Blu-ray, and that was really fun. I mean, that's a movie typically for when it comes to Halloween. I always watch it on Halloween, and that was great. That's kind of a one thing that's maybe a little bit different, but and then I also watched Halloween Ends, which I'm probably the only person on the planet that actually really loves that movie. But I have to say, which I unfortunately did not get to watch yet, but I will watch it anyway because again, I watch horror movies year round anyway. But my favorite Halloween movie in the franchise is definitely Halloween 3: Season of the Witch. That movie is just totally bonkers crazy. That's my favorite in the franchise. Um, but I have to say the movie that I always go to, but unfortunately I did not watch because of time restraints and just bullshit going on. Um, my favorite, I have to say, my favorite Halloween movie is Dark Night of the Scarecrow from 1981. That was a TV movie, made for TV movie. Which, when I always think of that, it just blows my mind because I think it's obviously because of it was a television show or television made for television movie. It back then too, and it came out in 1981. There were a lot of issues as far as the ratings, what they could show. There's no real, as far as gore or sexual content, all those things, potty mouth language. So there's, obviously there's those restraints, but the movie is so creepy and atmospheric. I think it's it's for me it's my favorite movie that really represents Halloween. It's got the uh, I think like the ultimate atmosphere. I was talking to a friend actually this morning, and he he remembered seeing that movie. We're about the same age, and he remembers seeing, he saw that movie when he was a kid also, and it terrified the shit out of him. And we were talking about, how does that, this was in the 80s, so how would that transcend now with this, the newer generation with the kids? But I think it's still a classic. But I highly recommend that movie, Dark Night of the Scarecrow. It was originally a television movie, but it's got some of the creepiest shit ever and super atmospheric. I got a really beautiful Blu-ray edition of that film about 3 years ago. So, other than that, I hope everyone has some great plans tonight. I'm going to be playing with some friends, Space Junk, at a gig at Symington Corner tonight at 7 o'clock. And with my great friends Ronnie and AKA Enor and my friend Eric Halsey, who he plays bass and Ronnie plays guitar. Some of my favorite musicians on the planet, some of the coolest guys, some of the most creative people I've ever met, and always challenging. Just I met those guys a few years ago. We used to play in a little local band called Bone Broth, and then after that band kind of broke up, we kept something, we tried to keep something going. The main way that we've kind of collaborated over the last few years has been through our electronic groups. So each of us have this, our little weird side little projects. Halsey has Halsey, which is like a hip hop electronica project, and then I have my band Quantum, and Ronnie has a group called Sonic Wallpaper, which is like real improvised, ambient based electro stuff. So it's great, and but other than that, I hope everyone eats lots of candy and doesn't get arrested. Happy Halloween.